Today we're taking a first look at Heimdallr, or as he calls himself, Heimdallr. We're gonna start with his basic attacks. We're gonna start with his kit in general. You see these three different basic attacks, slower than normal. The first two are cleaves, and then you have a normal one that does a little bit more damage. This is his one. So first you see this sword coming up. This is the first time you use it, and now I can keep using basic attacks and we'll stay up there. And if I use it again, it comes crashing down. Not really crashing, but you get the idea. We'll show his two on the minion camp in just a second. Before that, I'll show you the three. You place two runes, you can teleport between them. And I'll show you the two on these minions here. He blows the horn, and when the horn finishes, you have a knockback, and you can also choose to do that knockback earlier if you want to. You see these teleport runes are closed, they just opened again. So that's basically how the cooldown works. You can see the cooldown at the top corner. I'm gonna see how quickly I can drop down the one. Oh, that's pretty quick as well. So that's pretty neat. And for the ultimate, we'll need to find ourselves a guard. So we do this in just a second. I'm just gonna clear this one camp here. By the way, just to point this out real quick. Oh, hello. Terra coming into my jungle. Let's just try the escape. Oh, wow. Okay, the placement of the escape. No, it didn't matter. I didn't stay in there long enough. But we can use that for our ultimate. That's the ult. That is the ult. And that's how Heimdallr works. That was a very quick rundown, and we're gonna go into a little bit more detail, of course, now. So what you could see there is I was trying to use the escape, and it didn't actually happen because I didn't wait long enough. You have to stay in the escape area to actually escape, which is very, very interesting, very unique. We can maybe get a drop on this guy. Yep. The range of the one actually feels surprisingly wide. It seems like the hitbox is a bit wider than it looks like here. But again, this might be tied to NA ping. If you look at my ping, we're playing on 230 right now, so it's not quite accurate. So I'm gonna show you some other cool things about it. Here you can see the cleave. I can of course use the basic attacks to clear, but then I can also drop my sword to clear. You also saw how the vision came in nicely there. And this is what... Oh, okay. No, I couldn't actually do it. I want to show you what happens if I just cancel the two. It does a knockback immediately, but unfortunately it wasn't even in range for that. Another cool thing about him is you can put everything on quick... If you put everything on quickest, you can kind of see the different effects that he has. Like, for example, the runes on the ground here. Huh? Let's help our guy. No, won't help him. And on the target of the two, you see these runes everywhere around the ability. So that looks pretty cool. The two, I think, is actually might be like possibly be a viable choice just as a damage. Oh, can we get it? Wait, no, yeah, my one went on cooldown. The two might be a viable choice as a damaging tool to clear as well. I'm not quite sure on that yet. I have to check the numbers a bit more, but it doesn't seem too bad so far, at least. We can see that his. All right, let's try if we can get our escape off here. Nope. Okay. I should be teleporting here. Aha, there we go. Okay, you have to stand exactly in this place. And now you can see that the ability has a 55 seconds cooldown right now. So, oh, Terra doesn't care. So right now, we wanna be very careful because this cooldown, as well as the teleportation time, both increases with the further distance. And what you can see right now is you could still see Terra there, because I still have that sword up in the air. So this sword actually helps you with vision. And along with that, your passive reveals enemies for 4 seconds after they left your vision range. So, oh, it's actually interesting. Up there, you can also see we have Terra and Sunday revealed because my crystals are there. So my crystals basically create this this path, and in this path I will always have vision. Again, just to quickly mention, Jungle Core is not quite representative here because we start at level 5. The minion camps start on level 1, so that would normally be a little bit slower. And the cooldown of the 3, by the way, goes down when leveling it. We're just gonna see if we can have some fun with this here. Okay, I should have probably used my 1 beforehand. Well, let's leave this. And then trying to... Yep, I dropped the sword down on him. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get him. Unless... Oh, well. Yeah, anyways, I was gonna say I could use the teleport that I still have there and just teleport behind him. Okay, so the damage from the 2 so far doesn't feel worth overusing a basic attacks, but at the same time, I'm also not leveling the 2, I'm leveling the 1, so that makes a difference, of course. Okay, the 1 can still be used for clear quite nicely. Hyris stated that the scaling of this is relatively low, but it's not really. It's still over 100% scaling on the 1. I'm not sure if that's intended, because they specifically said that they put the scaling on the 1 a little bit lower. It really isn't. I'm really not sure what that was about. Yeah. Because it's still good for clearing. They said that he's very focused on basic attack clearing, but I think the 1 will still have very solid impact on the clear. So, yeah, no idea about that. What we can also do is... Ooh. Oh, okay. We're gonna do the reverse yeet after this. We're just gonna yeet him back. Oh no, he's running. Well, maybe we won't yeet. Oh, we will. Alright, where did I aim him? Oh god. Maybe I can... Nope. Nope, I might die for this. It's my health integrity. Oh, never mind. And there it goes. I really love the way that his basic attacks feel. I gotta say the 1 feels a bit underwhelming. The feeling is not that impressive. I realized I actually leveled the 3. Again, the 3 just reduces the cooldown, so I probably didn't want to do that. That was just a misclick there. Leveling the ultimate can be very worth it because it has so many different damage factors. There's just a whole lot of damage that I would say is probably better than just going for the damage of, say, the 2. Though it can be situational, of course. His clear feels very nice. Basics, again, feel relatively slow. And I'm kind of curious how he feels more towards late game because of the super high base attack scalings that he has. Oh. Okay, so yeah, that was with a little bit more of the delay of the sword. So if the enemy actually tries to juke the sword, that is a problem for you. Okay, the knockback here, you can see the range that was very, very short. Very, very short. It's supposed to be a bit longer. I'm not quite sure why it was that short. Okay, what we could do here is we could actually test... If I put it 1 portal here, we actually get vision of Samdi again, which is also interesting. But this time he doesn't stay revealed, does he? Oh, no, maybe he does. What we can do is we can put another portal here. And then I can show you how long the cooldown is from base. We're gonna get the CDR here, though. So it makes it a little bit shorter. Okay, you have to stand very precisely in the middle of it. I hope it does that a little bit. So this is still an 88-second cooldown with 10% cooldown reduction. Which I think... Yeah, we have from the start. Why does this look so different anyways? Also, what's going on here? Which you invaded. And it was not even that far off a distance. I didn't travel like all the way. So, yeah, be mindful of that. We can already see the big damage numbers coming out here. We only have Transcendence and still we're already dealing very big damage values. I keep accidentally pressing the 2 twice because it feels like it doesn't activate. I'm not quite sure if his sound settings are final here. They feel a little bit... Okay, I was trying to see what happens if I use my ultimate against his ultimate. It seems it doesn't do anything. I'm not quite sure what that meant. Because my ult didn't go on cooldown either. It looked like I dashed there, but it seems that it doesn't properly work. I wanted to see, because both have an ult that basically connects. But, not sure. Unfortunate. So, we're just gonna... Like, actually we can look a little bit at the core items here. That's interesting. This is basically just based on what Hyris has used, I think. And I can definitely see items like Crusher being interesting on him. You know, a little bit more to the ability-based side, but still very damage-heavy. Jotun's Wrath, for sure. It brought us some more situational counter. Oh, yeah, now my teleport was open again, so I could have used that now. Okay, this is clunky. I'm gonna see what happens if we put this on instant cast, because it kind of interrupts your process of doing anything else. You can also use the ultimate as a dash, technically. Let's do that once. But I don't think it's enough. Maybe it will be with a 1. Nope, it will not. She's too fast. We use the 2 to clear here. Oh, it's actually pretty okay. It's actually pretty solid. If you level that as well, that should work pretty nicely too. So you have a lot of options with him. I should do the voice pick a little bit.
Excellent form. Join me for some mead. I do not need praise.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I think he's got a pretty unique taunt as well. Whoops. What? Okay.
Enemies have returned. Have you come to challenge me to home gun?
Does he not do it?
It beats with fear and cowardice.
Oh, I guess if you walk... Okay, you have to stand still to do that taunt. He plays his horn a little bit.
Such a waste of effort.
It feels like some things are still a bit work in progress with him. But Hyris said as much, so... Yeah. I have these really heavy hitting basics, which is really funny. Even though we don't have that much power or anything yet. So once we had Crusher, we have some very interesting values. I might do like a 1v1 for that later, just to see what we can get to with a full late game build. Okay, we are at level 13 and our attack speed is still 1.15, so not very much. But I also haven't built any attack speed, so it's... Okay, so this is annoying. You always have to cancel out of the one, no matter what. The basic attack by default, or the attack by default when you use your one, tries to get you to use your one right away. Which I guess this makes sense for newer players. Let's just yeet her right here. This doesn't make any sense. No, really, I just did that as a reflex on like Bacchus or something, I don't know. Well, you can use the knockback immediately if you blow the horn before, but I don't think that's how you want to use it. Unless you maybe use the one first, then it could work, it could make sense, but it doesn't seem ideal to me personally. Oh, we're losing a tower for tower here. But I think we've shown most backing animation, we can look at that a little bit. Ooh, okay, is that from my... I think it's just from my skin. From my backing skin, I think I just got a new one. Let's get Crusher. Let's get Crusher to get a little bit of attack speed going, just to see how that feels afterwards. Let's get ourselves a Aegis here as well. And let's get a little bit of a better idea. Oh, the passive, the second part of the passive, or third part. You see, I'm getting bonus physical power because I have vision of 3 enemies. I just lost some power because now I only have vision of 2 enemies. Actually gonna use this real quick. Okay, the one definitely has a bit of wind up, but it might also be the ping thing. Oh, you got him already. So now we have no vision, so we have 145. And then with every guard that's visible to us, we get an increase of 3%, I think. It doesn't actually... Oh yeah, 3%, yeah. Basic attacks sound very satisfying. Would probably feel a bit more satisfying without the ping. Okay, we can get ourselves a Crusher now, and then we can see how fast we really are. Because I want to see how much of an impact that has with this different attack chain where you have a swing time of 1.3, 1.3, 1.5, as you can see here, with the increased damage along with it. So just a very, very different feel. Yeah, I really find it hard to decide when to use the 3, by the way, because, you know, it takes quite a while to set up. Okay, it definitely still feels slow. It feels hard hitting already. We still, like, with 3 items in, but at least on these jungle camps, who take a little bit more damage, to be fair, but we're doing a lot of hurt. We're doing like 500 in the basic almost. Which makes me wonder, how would we feel against a Gold Fury? Oh, maybe not. Naja said, it's not the time to do Gold Fury. That's okay with me. Oh, let's see what happens with the Aegis. Oh no, okay. Doesn't actually matter, he still takes damage. And... what just happened? Why did it just show the execute? Oh, I guess if you die in that thing itself, it might count as an execute. I'm not sure why. But I guess if you die during the ult, it's execute and that's it. Interesting. Yeah, just another thing to be aware of. And then they have a lot of interesting items for him. I think like items like Ikaivo, for example, could be very interesting for him. Like increasing your physical power, because he works very well with power overall, just with these heavy hits that he gets, and with his percentage power increase for seeing enemies. You, of course, benefit a lot from using wards as well. So we're gonna see how much cooldown we have now if we do like a quick travel. Okay, I really don't like this positioning. I hope that's a ping thing. I really don't like how close you have to be, but so this is just like 10-ish seconds now on 3 points in the reality. So that's very different. That's a lot better than what we have at the start. And maybe we can like make a play here. He just ulted, and then we teleport over here, and then we're like, hi. And unfortunately, he was CC immune at the time. I should have used my 1. I think you're always best off using your 1 before you do anything else. And then you just yeet him into nothing, and he's gonna get executed when he comes down, I'm assuming. That's probably gonna be the 99. Yeah, okay. Alright, so if you die during the ultimate, that's when you get this execute animation. That's how it happens. Okay, I think we've seen enough for now. We're gonna look at the defeat screen real quick. So I'm not gonna play this whole game out. We've seen enough. Feels very nice to me. And I really enjoy him so far. I like the voice pack as well. I like the effects and everything. Sound effects, again, I don't know if that's a PTS issue or if they're just really that quiet. The abilities need some more oomph behind them in my opinion at least. And we'll see what they did for the screen here. Okay, just a little bit of a gimmicky thing. They said they're not going to do that much work on them anywhere more because it's not really worth it, basically. As in, not what they said, but that's what I think it is. So very understandable there. And balance-wise, hard to say so far. I think he's one of those guys where I really want to have good ping because all ADCs kind of want to have good ping, but with him even more because his basics are slower. I'm going to test in a 1v1 a little bit again, and then I'll see how that feels. But at the end of the day, I think this is a god that I need to play on a normal environment to really tell you more about, different from Guardians or something where you can get a bit of a better feel. I would say so far he does not feel weak. That is what I can say. What part of his kit feels really hard and somewhat clunky is the escape, of course, but that's kind of intended to be that way because it's also very strong at the same time. So we'll see how that works out overall. And that is it for my first impression of Heimdallr. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit the sub button and maybe the bell. It really helps me out. Now than that, see you for the next one later, probably at this point tomorrow. DukeSloth, out.